So, you might have seen in a previous video of mine that I got an actual jeweler's workbench. Well, I wanted to be able to upgrade it a little bit more, seeing that I don't really like this bench pin setup, and I would like to be able to switch things out, and after looking around a bunch, I decided to get almost all of the GRS stuff for mounting your tools in a nice workable area. So I'm going to go through and show how I'm going to set all this up. So let's get started. So to start everything off, I want to thank my viewers and my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to afford to get all of this stuff to make videos about. Because not to mention, do I have to buy a lot of the equipment that I do stuff on? It's a lot of time involved to make it, and I also have to buy the video equipment that costs almost more than the tools themselves. So all that put together, I just want to say thank you very much for your support and for just watching my videos, and I hope that you find them helpful. And subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. I try to put out helpful stuff all the time, and I'm really going to be upping my game this year with more detailed tutorials and more just project builds. So subscribe. So if we take a basic look at everything we have here, it all is going to start with this base plate. This can be mounted onto not just a jeweler's workbench, you can actually mount it onto other tables too. You just have to be able to drill through here and mount it. So this is pretty much going to go in the place of where the bench pin is now. Also, I don't know if it's with every bench like this or not, but this is such a tight fit that I kind of knocked it in there, and I wasn't able to get it out without using tools to pry it out, which isn't great for switching out a bench pin. So everything I got came with all of its mounting supplies and everything like that, and a bunch of instructions on how to install them or how to set them up and clean them and stuff. I don't really need to go over that. It's pretty self-explanatory how to do this, so I'll just put it in the video. So I just need to pick my mounting spot, which I want it directly over that. So let's see how that lines up. All right, that should be good. And then there's going to be bolts going through the back of this, so I'm going to put them on to make sure that I don't push this up too close. So I'm just going to put this mounting plate on real quick. So this should be good enough for now, but as you can see on the back, it has the two nuts. It's going to have a total of 4, but I want to make sure that they're not going to come in contact with anything. So this will be my ideal spot. So this is the supplied screws to put this into the table. You don't have to use this mounting plate. You can just mount this directly to your table, and it comes with screws to do that. But I wanted the extra support of a metal brace. And I'm just going to be using a 4mm drill bit to go along with this screw. It's a little bit smaller than it, so it has a little bit of area for it to grab. So I'm only going to drill one hole for now and put a screw into it and pretty much mount it down and then drill out everything else so it doesn't have any chances of moving. So now that I have that there, I just need to drill the rest of the holes and put screws in them. So now with all that done, I'm just going to unmount it and get rid of all this sawdust. So with that all cleaned off and this off again, I could put in the rest of the screws to mount this down properly and tighten it all up. It actually has enough screws to fill all the holes, so I'm just going to do that. So I just have an adjustable wrench handy, so I'm just going to use that to hold these as I tighten them down. But if you have the proper tools, of course, use those. So that should be good to go. No wiggling to it or anything like that. And they're all nice and bolted down. If they do come loose later on, I will go back through and tighten them up using the actual proper tools. I just don't want to go outside because it's 20 degrees out there. Alright, so now I just need to line it up with all the holes I just made and put all of them in. And there we go, we're all mounted up, and that should be the hardest part. So if you've never seen one of these and don't really understand how this all works, basically you have these pieces that will attach to it, and it has a dovetail to it. So when you put something on it, it just sticks. So it allows you to put a bunch of weight on here, or put something on here and tighten it down, and use this and then quickly switch it out for something else. That being said, they've made a bunch of different things for this. So I got the slide lock, so I can basically attach this here, and there's a lever on the back that allows you to move it down or up, and it has 2 mounting points. And then you can lock it in place. So here's a better view of it. If you wanted to, you can attach a bench pin down here or on the top. And then you can adjust this to whatever height you need it. But there's no point in putting 2 bench pins on there, and that's why I have other things. So one big thing that I got for this is this thing, which looks like just a big piece of metal, but it's for holding an engraving ball. So something like that. And then you can hang this on here. And now you can move this up and down and engrave on things at a better level than if it's up on top of the desk. And that's why I got the big metal plate, because I knew I was going to have a ton of weight on this. So I also got this, which just kind of clips on as well. And this is basically a tool for doing a lot of setting and engraving on rings and stuff like that. And all of this can be switched out and allows you to position this wherever you need it to work on it. This happens to be a little container for putting pitch into. It also has different ones for different things. And this one happened to come with an armrest that you just kind of put on like that and screw it down, and you can rest your hand here as you're working. So with this set, it came with a ton of attachments that I can use with it. So for instance, this one, you can put a ring into here and then move it around to your liking to do any type of setting or engraving or anything like that. And it's pretty easy to switch these out. All you really have to do is unscrew right here. And if you do that, you unscrewed it too much. There you go. So this will come out, and you could take a new one or whatever one you're switching to and put it in and just screw it down. So this is also adjustable, so you can move these so this raises or lowers, and then you can also move this around. So you have the ability to move all over the place. And it's also for left or right-handed people, so you can just flip it over like that and set up the arm or the hand rest right here, and you're good to go. So just as an example, you can just put a ring onto it and tighten this down, and now this is completely stuck on there. And if you need to turn it to a new spot, you just do that and stuck again. And if you need better angling on it, you can just move it like that or like this. So it's really versatile in where you can move it. And that's kind of why I got it, because I want to be able to do more fine jewelry. So I will be doing that and making it a lot easier on myself. So with all that being said, I know that not everyone can afford a setup like this. This is like an over $1,000 in tools right here. And that is out of the range of most people for just buying tools. But I'm still going to make videos showing how to use normal hand tools or inexpensive tools to make work, but I'm also going to be showing other techniques and stuff using these more expensive tools. So I hope that is okay in the future, and I don't want to come off like I'm showing off what I have or anything like that. I just want to make it easier for me to show things, and these are options that you can have if you're wanting to get really into this and if doing this for work like I do. So I hope that comes across all right. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I get back to all of my comments. And if you would like to get anything you saw in this, I'll have links in the description to everything. And they do help support the channel if you buy through any of my links. You don't have to, and that's totally fine. But if you do, Thank you. And other than that, subscribe. I make videos every week showing off different techniques or different tools, and you probably would find them helpful. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.